Hi, my name is Mark,
And I'm Allison. We're from Counseling and Career Services.
and we're talking about the foresee your future. And in this particular video, we want to talk about community and how community is related to career development. One of the biggest things I think of when I think about community is the fact that we really need people on our career development journeys. We need people to inspire us, we need people to encourage us, and I think also that opportunities are created through relationship and in community with other people.
You know, I often tell students that really being at university is the best place to be in order to build community, because there's no place else really in the city where you would have so many opportunities available to you. Everything from different clubs that you can belong to the students' union, the meliorist, the radio station, being able to make connections with professors, being able to make connections with other even outside groups that come on campus. I know that you know a bunch of other clubs and stuff too that are involved.
Yeah, I mean CKXU, the meliorist, Students' Union, the various clubs that are associated with faculties like Management Student Society, Education Undergraduate Society, PANIC, the Psychology and Neuroscience Club. Whatever your interest is, there's a club.
Yeah, and it's one of the best ways to learn more about what it is that you're interested in and meet good people who can support you at the same time.
Yeah, and I think that there's a real joy in finding people that share your interests as well. Finding your tribe, so to speak.
Absolutely.
Yeah. People who understand the things that you're interested in, have ideas about it as well. You can get together and get excited about your mutual interests.
And get support too when things get hard, right?
Yeah.
You know, when other people are saying like, why are you interested in that? Why are you studying that? You have your tribe there available who actually understand and know what it is that's so exciting about that area.
When I think about the value of finding your tribe, I think about the Inklings, for example. C.S. Lewis and J.R.R. Tolkien were members of this writing club called the Inklings. And of course, these are two novelists that wrote two of the biggest novels in the last century. But they really met over a shared interest of literature, of Norse mythology, of poetry. And they would meet on a weekly or bi-weekly basis at a pub with another group of writers and writer enthusiasts, and they would encourage one another. They would share their love of literature, they would share the projects they were working on, they would offer suggestions, and they had this society around this shared interest. And I think it's the encouragement that came from that club and from them finding their tribe and connecting with others that really fueled their incredible accomplishments in literature.
Absolutely. And then there's also that piece is that you're getting a lot of things from being in a group, but often when you're part of a group, you give back a lot of things too, right? There's this opportunity often for service.
That's right. I think that's the other part of community, is that our careers and our lives aren't. The other part about community is the giving back the best parts of yourself in service to something larger than yourself. I think of the famous quote, the place where your deep gladness and the world's deep hunger meet. That's really where the greatest careers are created, when you can find a way to give the best of yourself in service of other people. And I think that's the other part of community, is that others need you too. They need what you have to offer. They need the best of you. And if you can find that, if you can find your niche within the community, if you can find those areas that you can serve best in, where your deepest joy meets the needs of other people, that's where the most fulfilling and enriching careers are created. Another value in terms of community related to career development is how important it is for us to get inspiration and encouragement from other people. We like to think that career paths, are nice and clean and linear, but the reality is that even the greatest careers are fraught with setbacks and obstacles and difficulties and uncertainties and moments where you don't know where you're headed or what you want to do. And that's where we all need inspiration and encouragement.
You know what else I think is really cool about getting involved with the community? Not only does it help you meet people and get support and encouragement and give you opportunities to give that back, but it's also a means for you to try out different things, to learn about yourself, and to build your resume, right? The more you get involved in the community, you get an intrinsic reward, but there's often extrinsic rewards as well involved with getting involved and putting yourself out there, trying different things. It makes it makes it easier for you later on when you're leaving here in the university also, to sell yourself to employers, given all the experiences and stuff that you've collected along the way with your community.
Yeah, and opportunities are created in relationship. You know, when I look at hiring myself, for example, oftentimes it's people, I'll hire people that I know have value and have shown me that they are valuable and can offer something to the work that I do or to the department that I run. And so if you don't find a way to show your value to others, and if you don't find a way to develop relationships where you can showcase the best of yourself, then you don't create opportunities for yourself either. And that's the other fundamental part of putting yourself out there and getting involved and showing what you have to offer and getting out into the community, is that it creates opportunity.
There's so many examples of people who have built really good careers because they've made good relationships with others, right? Who have needed that extra boost, right?
Yeah, and have obtained inspiration and encouragement and had people recognize things about them that they didn't even recognize about themselves, and that served as a catalyst for their careers and lives.
Right.
I think about James Earl Jones, who was a really shy young man, had a problem with stuttering, but he encountered an English teacher early on in his life who recognized things in him that he didn't see in himself, recognized that he had a beautiful voice, and really encouraged him to utilize that voice. So what he did was, to help him overcome stuttering and to help him recognize his own voice, he got him to recite poetry at the beginning of every class. And that ultimately served as a catalyst for James Earl Jones to get into stage and screen. And of course, we best know him as the voice of Darth Vader in the Star Wars series. And that voice was certainly utilized to great effect in those movies.
All because someone believed in him and gave him support and encouragement.
And recognized something about him that he didn't even see himself, and encouraged him to indulge his skills and interests. Yeah. I read a story that Peter Jackson, the director of many films, including Lord of the Rings, told, and he said that a lot of young people come to him and ask him if they can be personal errand boys or girls for him so they can get into the film industry. And his advice to them is, if you really want to get into the film industry, go make films, because you need to make connections with people in the film industry, and you need to gain experience, and you need to go after it, and that's the only way to create opportunity. And that's our encouragement to you as well. If you really want to find out more about yourself and gain some more certainty around your career path, if you want to create career opportunity, you too have to go after your interests. You got to get involved. You got to get active in your community and find ways to leverage your interests within your community, whether it's the university or the broader community.
And if you have trouble finding any opportunities, or you want some direction on how to get involved in our community here on campus, come and see Mark and I.